Welcome to the season opener of Sports Jam for the 2013-2014 school year. I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Jay Wilcox. Glad to be back on Sports Jam for the fall season. Today on the show, highlights from a big early season cross-country meet. We'll talk football with the fast-starting Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights, and we'll meet a Hopkins volleyball standout in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And we'll lead off with football. Friday was game number 2 for most local teams. And with a few exceptions, it didn't turn out all that well for our Channel 12 area squads. Wayzata on the road at Lakeville South. Second quarter, Brennan Larson Goldsvig avoids the rush, holds a perfect pass to Luke Iverson. It's a 53-yard touchdown and a 10-0 Lakeville South lead. Wayzata punts the ball away, and South's Mark Rule makes it hurt, ripping off a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown. Just like that, it's 17-0 Cougars. But the Trojans strike with just over a minute left in the first half. Andrew Redding to Nelson Moen on a 44-yard throw and catch. That cuts the deficit to 17-7. Fourth quarter, same score, an 83-yard drive by Wayzata, capped by Joey Colpeen's touchdown run, and it's 17-14. But the Cougars ice it on Rule's 12-yard touchdown run. Lakeville South pulls the upset, beating Wayzata 24-14.
In addition to matchups with the South Suburban Conference, Lake Conference teams also play Northwest Suburban teams. Osseo drew a tough squad as they played host to the Minnetonka Skippers. Second half action, and Osseo capitalizes on a turnover as Prince Crua takes the handoff and dashes through a big hole all the way to the end zone. Osseo's lead grows to 21-10. Minnetonka responds on a big fourth down play as quarterback Nick Rooney looks deep downfield, and Mitch Felkner is wide open for the touchdown. The Skippers trim the Orioles' lead to 21-17. In the fourth quarter, they go in front as Rooney with a play-action fake rolls right and finds big tight end Andrew Vigor for 6. The Skippers lead at 24-21. Less than 2 minutes later, a huge play for Osseo as Matt Medke throws to Josh Goldschmidt, who just gets turned around in time to find it. Osseo's back in front 28-24 midway through the fourth quarter. But Minnetonka completes a clutch drive as Rooney's pressured but finds Felkner, who juggles it but holds on for the winning TD as Osseo loses a thriller 31-28. Maple Grove did win a Northwest Suburban versus Lake matchup, winning 23-14 at Hopkins. Running back Tahi Nomain continues his red-hot start with 296 yards rushing. Maple Grove is 2-0. At Champlin Park, the Rebels hosting Class 4A power De La Salle. First Islanders drive, and the pass by Billy Hart goes off his receiver's hands, is picked off by the Rebels' Detrice Malsumo on a nice grab, and his return leads to points. Although they do settle for 3 instead of 6 as Dan Branger comes on to nail the field goal. It's 3-0 Champlin Park just over 4 minutes in. But De La Salle moves the ball well. Chris Williams weaves his way and then powers the last yard or two for the touchdown. The extra point is blocked at 6-3 Islanders. It's a little easier the next time for Williams as he extends De La Salle's lead to 13-3 with a short TD run. It looks like Champlin Park's going to get on the board as Max Biegert bootlegs, and he finds Branger, who makes a nice catch, but then he fumbles right at the goal line. De La Salle recovers in the end zone. Here's what defenses want to do when a quarterback runs. Hart has some room on this play, but check out the hit he never sees coming from Jason Anderson. Ouch. Anderson goes 6'4", 260. Biegert scrambles to his left on this play and pulls up at the line of scrimmage before finding big tight end Matt Juneau for the touchdown, and it's 13-10. A wild play ends the first half. Rebels field goal try, but holder Biegert bobbles it, scrambles, and throws it up for grabs. Juneau nearly hauls it in, but it's incomplete, and De La Salle holds on to beat Champlin Park by that 13-10 score.
Benilde-St. Margaret's carried a 7-game winning streak against Cooper into the team's final meeting as members of the North Suburban Conference. The Hawks trying to end that run as they hosted the Red Knights in their conference opener. Early second quarter, Benilde's Keaton Studsrud rolls out, throws downfield to Sam Lynch, who dives into the end zone for a 34-yard touchdown. It's 15-0 Benilde. Late in the first half, the Red Knights cap a 94-yard scoring drive as Studsrud hits Jack Sims on a 15-yard pass. Benilde is on top 22-0. A Cooper turnover gave the Red Knights the football one more time before the half, and Austin Robertson runs one in from 8 yards out. 29-0 at the half. Cooper plays much better in the third quarter. Check out the touchdown catch by the Hawks' Jordan Marshall in the end zone. 22 yards on the pass from Luke Lindquist to get Cooper on the board. Kevon Hopkins is a dangerous weapon downfield. The Hawks wide receiver hauled in 6 passes for 119 yards, including this 36-yarder that set up an Elijah Blunt touchdown run to make it 36-16. That's as close as Cooper gets. Studsrud throws 4 touchdown passes, including 2 to Sims, as Benilde wins 43-16. We'll hear from the Red Knights later in the show. Well, let's look at football so far. Wayzata loses. Both they've been on the road twice, and Champlain Park 0-2.
Yeah, both of those programs, it's a little bit different situation for them. Wayzata just pulled out a tough one in that first week. They've been on the road against a pretty tough couple of teams, but I think it kind of shows it is not automatic. You're not penciling in wins before the season starts. And Champlain Park, I thought that was an interesting one with De La Salle. Obviously a much smaller school, but a very good football program. And, it was a tough one. De La Salle, I think, proved that they belong with some of the better teams and can play against even Northwest Suburban Conference teams. And Maple Grove's probably been the biggest success story so far, off to a 2-0 start, although they did not have a real easy one with Hopkins Royals last week either.
And we didn't see highlights, but Totino Grace wins a big game on the road at Edina, and then they take on Eden Prairie this Thursday night. That will be an interesting test. Good news for teams that are 0-2 or 1-1. A lot more seasons still to come.
That's right. Time for a quick break, but next up, tennis, swimming, volleyball, soccer, and much more. Sports Jam continues in a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The girls' tennis regular season is nearly halfway completed.
The teams get started with matches early and are really in the heart of conference schedules now. Osseo hosted Park Center in a Northwest Suburban Conference match. At number 1 doubles, Maddie Johnson and Hannah Dolby in the far court for Osseo. Ayana Perry and Raina Perry for Park Center, and Raina gets the smash winner for PC. Later, Raina's serve sets up a swinging volley winner for Ayana. The Perry sisters win in straight sets for Park Center. At number 2 singles, Catherine Doan serving for Park Center to Sydney Polich. Doan rips a backhand winner. She wins the match 6-4, 6-2. At first singles, Allison Rushi serving to Kathy Huang. Rush's deep forehand gets her the point. Later, Rushi steps up and will drill a return winner. Rushi wins the match 7-5, 6-love, and Osseo takes a close one 4-3.
The high school girls swimming and diving season is now in full swing. Champlain Park hosted Andover in the Northwest Suburban Conference meet last week. In the 200 medley relay, Soraya Thorson anchors the Huskies to victory. 200 freestyle race, Bella Smith wins for Andover. Elise Magalis is second for the Rebels. In the 50 freestyle, Thorson and Champlain Park's Laura Catchmark battle to the end. Thorson wins a very close race. 200 IM is a great race. Champlain Park's Gina Grandner takes the lead from Andover's Christina Spainer in the third leg, and Grandner holds the lead on the final leg and wins it with a time of 2 minutes, 20.48 seconds. Andover, though, goes on to win the meet 102-84. The Wayzata girls swimming and diving team won the 5th annual Minnetonka Invitational on Saturday. Wayzata sophomore Madison Price won both the 200 individual medley and the 100 breaststroke, while the Trojans also picked up first place finishes in diving, the 200 medley relay, and the 200 free relay. Minnetonka finished second, Eden Prairie third, Maple Grove fourth, Armstrong fifth, and Grand Rapids finished sixth. Armstrong's Courtney Evenson was a double winner, placing first in both the 200 and 500 freestyle races. Osseo's volleyball team has a key Northwest Suburban Conference match coming up Tuesday when the Orioles visit Blaine. Osseo looked to stay unbeaten as they hosted Roseville. We pick it up in game 2, a back set. Shia Sanders for the kill for Osseo. Good defense here. Christina Bowe gets the big block for Osseo, and another Orioles point. And a nice set to Hannah Pekarik, who gets the kill down the line. The Orioles win the second set 25-19. The Raiders take a quick lead in game 3. Leva Garby getting up for the kill, but Osseo comes back. Sanders just inside the back line with the kill. And then another block by the freshman Bowe here. Osseo wins 25-20 and the match in 3 straight. The Orioles are now 3-0 this season.
Wayzata's volleyball team is set for a tough week against 2 of their biggest rivals as they travel to Hopkins and Eden Prairie. First, the Trojans hosted defending state class 3A champion Lakeville North. Wyzetta's in white and Mackenzie Greschel sets it up on the left side. Mariah Halverson with the kill for the Trojans. Lakeville North, a powerful offensive team though. Christy Nazari pounds it home for a kill, and the Panthers grab an 8-4 lead in game one. Wyzetta does keep it close in the opening game. They scramble to get to this one, and then Kate Berg goes down the line for the point, but the Trojans fall 25-20. Lakeville North controls most of the second set. Wyzetta looking to score, but Sammy Flatham with a nice block here for an 11-5 lead. The Panthers go on to win at 25-16. Wyzetta gets out to a good start in the third. The set comes to Berg, and she comes through with a kill for the Trojans. They try to stay alive in the match, but Lakeville North rallies back. Janae Neuenschwander goes off speed to score the point. Wyzetta falls in 3 straight to the Panthers. The Trojans then went 1-3 in the Southwest Minnesota Challenge.
Ed Bauman and Jim Round were coaching fixtures for a long time as they helped build strong cross-country programs at Hopkins. The 8th annual invitational, named after the 2 now retired coaches, was held last week. Gail Woods Farm and Minneapolis to the site for the 17-team invitational. The boys race, Opsa Ali of Richfield cruises to the win in a time of 16 minutes, 14 seconds. Hopkins' Jack Henschel is the top local. Nice finishing kick gets him 4th place overall. Armstrong's Nathan Comer on the left, running hard at the end. The Falcons take 2nd place as a team. In the girls' race, Shakopee freshman Tess Mizgin is the winner in 15 minutes, 0.7 seconds. Top local finisher, Armstrong's Hannah Rudd in 26th place. Here's a look at the final team scores. Eden Prairie, the runaway winner in the boys' meet, finishing well ahead of runner-up Armstrong. Host team Hopkins places 3rd. Wilmer is 4th. Park Center finishes 16th. Champlain Park 17th overall. Eden Prairie and Chanhassen tie for the girls' meet team title with 71 points each. Lakeville South is 3rd. Armstrong has the best finish of the local schools, coming in 8th place. Hopkins is 13th. Park Center 14th, and Champlain Park 16th.
The Totino Grace boys soccer team is off to a good start, winning 3 of its first 4, but they figured to get a real tough test against another team called the Eagles, and they take on the Eden Prairie Eagles at Grace. Grace is in white. Rafael Sendejas Garcia with a pass to Nicholas Tandeschi, but goalkeeper Alex Korn slides out and makes a nice stop. Eden Prairie's Eagles looking to get on the board at the other end. The long crossing pass, though, read pretty well by keeper Brandon Hilliard, and he dives on it just in time and stays scoreless. Late in the first half, Grace gets on the board. Daniel Linder's pass finds Austin Lohr just onside, and his shot gets past Korn for a 1-0 lead. However, Eden Prairie ties it up 1-1 before halftime. And they go ahead on a nice goal by Davis Eldridge. He makes a couple of nice fakes before putting away the left-footed shot into the far side. It's 2-1 Eden Prairie, and that's the final as they win this Battle of the Eagles. Also, Armstrong hosting Park Center in Northwest Suburban play late in the first half. Alex Zolnowski delivers a crossing pass. Perfect timing for Sam Moses for the shot and goal. And the Pirates lead 1-0 at the half. Armstrong pushes to try and tie it up. And here's their best chance. This one deflects off 2 defenders and over the keeper. But defender Eddie Sadie saves the day for Park Center. Stops it right at the goal line. Park Center wins this one by a 1-0 score.
Well, as good of plays you can expect from a defender. That was terrific.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really the play of the game.
And a lot of good teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference this fall, too.
Yeah, really balanced looking so far, and still a lot of matches to go here. We'll see how it shakes out. Well, stay tuned. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a Hopkins volleyball standout who is part of a big blended family. Welcome back to Sports Jam. Hopkins junior Samantha Seliger-Swenson has been destined to be a star for a long time. She's one of the best volleyball players in Minnesota and beyond. And this year, another family member is also getting some headlines as a Hopkins athlete. Here's our first Sports Jam Spotlight of the season. As one of the top volleyball players in the nation in her age group, Hopkins junior setter Samantha Seliger-Swenson has traveled the country and the world playing club volleyball. That doesn't mean high school volleyball is an afterthought.
High school definitely means a lot. I mean, club, you travel a lot and you're playing with the best people in the metro, but I love my high school team. Like representing Hopkins I just love playing for my mom and my teammates, playing with my friends, and the great atmosphere we have.
Sam's already in her 5th season playing for her mom, longtime Royals coach Vicki.
I love it. I mean, she's a hard coach, but I wouldn't want to be playing for anybody else. She really pushes me and she knows what she's doing, so I love having her as coach.
We're together a lot, and sometimes we can be combative, and sometimes it is hard to separate. You know, I want to push her and work her harder, and sometimes I think she takes that as I'm, you know, riding her. You know, it's hard, I think, to separate mom and coach. And I just remember one day she just looked at me, I think we were at home, and she said, "Can you just stop being my coach and be my mom?"
Vicki's a mom to a large family these days. In addition to Samantha, Vicki and her husband Eric have 3 younger daughters, and they adopted Vicki's sister Terry's 4 kids after Terry was murdered by an ex-boyfriend in 2006. The blended family had a home built for them on the show Extreme Makeover Home Edition. This fall, Samantha had some company in being a Royals standout. Her cousin Tyler Lee, also wearing the family number 13, and the starting quarterback job for Hopkins before a broken clavicle and concussion put him on the shelf for at least 4 weeks.
First 2 games were going pretty good, and I was kind of getting into a groove and still trying to figure some things out, but it's coming a little short.
I was at the first game of the season, the one where he got hurt, and it was so cool to watch him. Like, I was like, "Hey, everybody, that's my brother." But it's really hard to see him on the sidelines now.
We say we're cousins, but I mean, we feel like brother and sister. We're around each other all the time, you know, at home, at school, doing sports.
I mean, by blood, we're technically cousins, but we're basically brother and sister. It's how we act. I mean, we've grown up that way, so.
On the club volleyball scene, Samantha and her Northern Lights teammates really helped to put Minnesota volleyball on the map nationally.
Over the past couple of years, it was definitely winning nationals, 17 Open last summer. But this past year, we placed, the lowest we've ever placed in a tournament was 3rd over the past 3 years. So I just think that it really showed how close we were with each other and how great of a team we were.
Her talents had top volleyball programs across the country interested in Samantha. Last fall, she surprised her mom by choosing the University of Minnesota and new coach Hugh McCutcheon.
You know, I thought we were West Coast bound. I really did, and I was at peace with it. Thankfully, I know that we would be supported, that we would have the resources to see her play, and it certainly wouldn't be all the time, but I really thought she would be West Coast bound. And she just grew up with this attitude of, I'm a California girl that's stuck in Minnesota.
Being close to home and playing for my home state and in front of a hometown crowd is really cool to me. And also the fact that the Olympic coach is their coach, that's also a big factor. And then also a big thing for me was having my little sisters, because I know when I was younger, I would always go to the Gopher games, and I just looked up to them so much, and having my little sisters be able to watch me play is really important to me also.
It's certainly been a roller coaster ride for Samantha and the whole Swenson-Lee family. She believes it's made their bond stronger than most.
What happened, we all wish it wouldn't have, but I wouldn't have it any other way now, having us all together. And I think that we work really hard to be one family united, not 2 families that came together.
Samantha and the Royals have 2 key matches this week at home as they host Wayzata Tuesday and Edina Thursday. She says her little sisters will be future volleyball players to watch, too. John talks football with Benilde-St. Margaret's when Sports Jam returns.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. As you saw earlier in the show, Benilde-St. Margaret's football team won its 2nd straight game to start the season. They are now 2-0 after a win Friday night over Cooper, and they join us here on the Jam. Co-head coach John Hanks, along with Keaton Studsrud and Sam Lynch. And Sam, congratulations on the win. Talk about your team's play in the game against Cooper.
Thank you. I thought it was huge that we came out strong right from the beginning. Came out putting points on the board and holding them, and that was huge, set the tone for the whole game.
How much fun is this offense to play in when you guys are throwing the ball and Keaton's throwing the ball and running the ball, and you got a lot of weapons that you can go to?
It's a lot of fun, spreading the ball out. Keaton throws. He's making great throws, spreading it out, having fun.
What defensively, because you play on both sides of the ball, what do you think the strength of this Benilde team is going to be this fall?
We got some great linebackers. They're doing a great job. A defensive front, they're all just doing great. holding the run game.
2 games, 2 road games, 2 wins. What does that mean to start 2-0?
That's great. That's what we were looking to do. Now we get to go back home. Excited for that.
Congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
Keaton Studsford, 4 touchdown passes in this one against Cooper, and you always have some interesting games against Cooper, and even though the final score is a little lopsided, they made things interesting there in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they did. This is like last year, high scoring, a lot of yards. It's always fun, though. So.
Tell me about overall what you think will be your team's performance in the wins over Albany and Cooper.
That was great. Albany, I mean, we barely had any mistakes, came out firing. Just like this game, second half kind of slowed down a little bit, but I mean, we got some stuff to work on, got to get better. I thought we had a great week of practice, worked hard every day, got our stuff done, so I thought for the most part it was good. I mean, we had a few penalties, a few mental errors, but we'll fix them.
I talked to you in the preseason. You were so excited about your skill position players you got back and guys to throw to, like Sam and Nathan and Jack Sims and your running backs. Is that fun that you know you've got a lot of options out there?
I mean, I got plenty of options. I mean, threw it to Lynch, Nate, Sims, Lager. Then the running backs are doing a great job running downhill. And yeah, so it's all firing.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
John Hanks, you talked about, even though you were 5-5 last year, that, hey, we had a good season. You lost some good games. You grew some as a team. Do you feel that has carried over and helped these guys now as seniors?
Yeah, I gave them a ton of experience. Last year we had our secondary was real senior dominated. Now we got a bunch of young pups back there. I think that's our only weakness we have is in our secondary. But they played really well tonight against a really fast Cooper team.
Home opener coming up next week. What do you know about St. Louis Park?
It's kind of similar offenses. They're going to chuck it around a little bit, and they've got a new head coach, so there might be some new wrinkles. We got to go look at film and see, what they're doing. So,
short week of practice, a Thursday night game.
Thursday night game at our place, and it should be a lot of fun because we haven't been home yet. So,
how much is that? How much do kids look forward to that and playing that first game of the season at home?
It's a lot of fun. The faculty and the students come and they tailgate and they just turn the whole environment into it's like a college environment in our parking lot. So kudos to the hockey team and everybody else. They come and they put a tarp in a truck and then filled it with water, and last year, and they'll do it again. They're fun kids. So.
Coach, congratulations on this win and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Benilde-St. Margaret's 2-0 in prep football. They win it against Cooper on Friday, 43-16. And again, they will host St. Louis Park Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We'll take a final break and be back to wrap up Sports Jam after this timeout.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
This one looks like it could go for the touchdown. Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances. Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and live stream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.
Our game of the week is a Northwest Suburban football game as Maple Grove looks to stay unbeaten when they host Elk River, a state tournament team in Class 5A last season. Watch the game live on the web Friday night or catch the replays Saturday at 7 and 10 p.m. or Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
That's all the time we have today. We look forward to the rest of a great fall season and a great school year.
That's right, and there's a lot of key games coming up this week. Early in a lot of sports, and thank you for watching Sports Jam. We'll have a lot of coverage for you next week, of course, of some of those key matchups.